Welcome back to another Bolt tutorial. In this video, we're going to cover 7 essential tips that you can use to improve the SEO of your website. Search engine optimization is an essential pillar when it comes to expanding your top of funnel and helping more people discover your site. So let's dive in. For this demonstration, we're going to use a thumbnail generator application. The idea is it's an easy way for people to generate thumbnails for YouTube videos. The landing page describes the features, how it works, some testimonials, pricing, and more. Let's now systematically go through these 7 tips to improve its SEO. Step 1, start with their search intent. So before building any pages, ask yourself, who is the product for? What is the problem that they're solving? And what would they search to find your product? So here is our prompt. Let's improve the SEO of this landing page. Here is some information about it which may help. And we've described the product, the audience, the problem, primary search phrases, and their search intent. Someone using these phrases wants to create a thumbnail now. So the page should quickly show examples and offer a clear create a thumbnail action. Also, let's target specific phrases rather than broad, highly competitive keywords. Create a dedicated page for each of the major use cases instead of forcing every keyword onto the homepage. We've put this in plan mode. Now let's create our plan. Let's answer our clarifying questions. We'll turn it off plan mode and build. The build's complete, and now the agent specifically targets YouTube thumbnail maker. This is also mentioned in the title tag, meta description, and H1. And the CTA has changed to create a thumbnail to match our search intent. It's also added 5 new dedicated pages, which we can see here under use cases. For example, podcast thumbnails, a page specifically devoted to creating a podcast thumbnail. Step 2, give every page a clear purpose. So let's understand that more through our prompt. Let's make sure we give each of the use case pages a clear purpose. Each page should include one clear descriptive H1 header, a concise explanation of the problem and solution, relevant H2 and H3 subheadings, original text that answers likely customer questions, a clear next step, for example, create a podcast thumbnail, and make sure to write for people first, use keywords naturally. Repetition without useful information will not improve the SEO. Let's plan this out and create a plan. The agent's finished the plan. Notice for question 3, it's asking us for any target keywords per page that we want honored beyond what's implied by the slugs. If you're not sure how to determine best keywords, you can use this video above. We explain everything there. With those questions answered, we'll turn it off plan mode and build. The agent's finished working, and we can see it's got a very clear problem and solution directly after the hero heading. Also, scrolling down to the FAQ sections, these are page specific, referring exactly to podcasting. We also have a tailored closing line and CTA at the bottom. Step 3, optimize title, descriptions, and more. So here's our prompt. Add unique SEO metadata to these use case pages. Include a title, meta description, canonical URL, open graph tags, and Xcard tags. Make sure they are the optimal character length and use the page's specific use case and target audience rather than repeating the homepage metadata. And let's build. Let's look at what the Bolt agent's done. It's given unique titles and descriptions for each of the pages. It used optimal character lengths, so the titles are between 56 and 57 characters, and the descriptions are between 153 and 158 characters. It's using canonical URLs. It's also using open graph tags and Xcard tags. Step 4, making the site easy to crawl. So here's our prompt. Ensure important content is available as text, not only inside of images. Public pages are connected with meaningful internal links. The project should include a valid sitemap XML file and robots.txt file. Deleted or renamed pages should redirect to the most relevant replacement, and duplicate pages should use canonical URLs. Let's plan this out and send off the plan. We've answered the clarifying questions. We'll turn it off plan mode and let's build. And just like that, the agent has now added a redirect map and URL normalization to the router. It's improved the 404 page, added visible breadcrumbs to the use case pages, add last mob to sitemap and Netlify redirects, and it's verified that the homepage sections doesn't have any image-only content. Some of that may not make much sense. You can always go into plan mode and ask it more about its actions. Step 5, prioritize speed and accessibility. Here's our prompt to achieve that. Compress images and use modern formats such as WebP, lazy load images below the fold, Avoid unnecessary scripts, animation, and large dependencies. Use semantic HTML and give buttons and links clear, accessible labels. Finally, we want to change over to responsive mode and check that we can interact with our site properly as if it's on a mobile device. Now remember, as a prompting best practice, it's also good to add your intention here as well. So at the top of the prompt, I've said, do the following to improve the speed and accessibility to improve SEO. Let's now go ahead and build. Just like that, the agent has compressed the OG image, replaced the shader backgrounds with CSS, probably doing that because we told it to remove large dependencies. Now this is up to personal choice, as shaders won't degrade your SEO too much, and it's done a variety of other things too. Step 6, add trust and useful content. This is where Google's EEAT framework comes in really handy. Google rewards content written for users, not just AI or for the rankings. And they do this based on 4 main things. 1 is your experience. For example, if you have 10 years experience creating thumbnails, that's something that's good to mention. 2 is your expertise. For example, if you've won some thumbnail awards, you may want to mention that as well. Or if you've created some sort of framework showing what works and what doesn't in thumbnails. 3 is your sense of authority. Maybe you've worked at YouTube in the past or for a big creator and you have something to show for your experience. And finally, trust, showing reviews or testimonials from some of your users who have used the product. Step number 7, measure and improve. It's important for you to recognize that this isn't something that you do once off. Once implemented, you should track how it improves your SEO and lean into the keywords that are really helping you out. Both Google's Keyword Planner and Google's Search Console are really useful in determining the right keywords and what leads to people finding your site. If you don't know much about those 2 tools, it's worth looking at tutorials of them on YouTube. So there we go. In today's video, we've covered these 7 techniques that you can implement to improve the SEO of your site. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and all the best improving your SEO.